Yeah, coronation. Watch you know. So, I want to talk about a few things. This is like a rant style thing, so no watch nothing. Everything not going to be in order. I'm not try to go into too much details so that things get twisted in terms of the historical accuracy, right? So, yeah, just understand that and take it how it is. It's a rant. You see, when it comes to the reggae industry and the crop of youths where I forward up with in this thing, not for the youth them are some good youth. Not for the youth them start out with some pure intentions and start out with just the passion to create good music and also meaningful message music. Now, as we know, reggae is an industry that we don't control. We as in Jamaicans, we don't control it the way it should be controlled. You know what I mean? If you think about America as a entertainment hub, the home for entertainment, so to speak, when it comes to popular culture, they control it. Europe, same thing. When it comes to entertainment in Europe, they control it. They're their own biggest market and they control their market. Yes, they didn't create any genre of music, but they control everything that's going on from top to bottom. Reggae and Jamaican music is not that way. And so, because the music is made here, this is a factory for the production of the music, but the consumption of the music is outside. The festivals are outside of Jamaica. The platforms to really earn a living are outside of Jamaica. And as such, over time, you find, say, now for the man them want appeal to these various people and these various outlets and these institutions because that's how they get paid. And my problem with that is that in doing so, the music, the message get watered down. And that is a problem enough youths have. Enough warriors, enough man where, you know, a fireborn energy them carry. Seeing them more militant as Rasta man, them come with a more aggressive fire against certain things. Can you blame them? No, you can't blame them or wrong them. Seeing, we still live in a society that was racist not too long ago, right? That oppressed black people not too long ago. 50 years is not a long time. 60 years is not a long time. Not even 100 years is a long time ago when you think about the lasting effects of these institutions and this type of treatment, right? There's a reason, there's a thing called post-traumatic slavery syndrome. You understand? So when you have a genre of music that rose to prominence and got famous around the world for speaking against certain things, for being the voice of the oppressed, for being the voice of the rebels who are against racism, who are against oppression, who are against poverty, right? When you have that genre, it has to be preserved in such a manner where all aspects of that genre are respected. And reggae music is not, Rasta music is not walking in that path on a mainstream level anymore. You used to have a time when you had different facets of the culture, of the music, of the genre that were all pushed because that was understood as reggae music. You have the fireborn man them, you have the peace and love man them, you have the you know, just entertaining ones them. You have people who blend it all together. You know, you have the kumbaya man them, the man them who just want to sing love song, the man them who just want to sing, you know, one love type of songs. But you also had the Peter Toshes. You also had the Burning Spears or the, you know, Sizzlers, especially young Sizzler. Seeing Capletons, Iwains. And I call these names because these names represent a time within the culture, within the genre, that there's a certain energy within the music. Now, mind you, at that time, some of these same people were being held back because of their messages, but some of them rose to prominence same way. Seeing the more versatile they were, the more they were able to travel, and they were more widely accepted. And so my message to the man them who feel like say the music should just be one way and we can't say certain things because we don't want to offend the people who are booking the tickets and hosting the festivals and flying us here and there and giving us awards, you are damaging the music if you think that there's no room for the fireborn man them. And the man them who feel like say everybody should be burning fire, you are misconstrued the thing as well. The culture was never like that. It was never just one way. You never just had one type of Rasta. Just like within the movement of Rastafari, you don't just have one type of Ras. You don't just have the Bible burning, fire burning, God burning Ras. You have the Ras them who hail Jesus. You have the Ras them who all hail Emmanuel. Marcus Garvey. Seeing, man wear turban, man don't wear turban. Man read Bible, man don't read Bible. So, it's a very multifaceted and diverse set of people that make up this movement called Rastafari, and the music should also reflect that. So you have to have the ones them who burn the fire, you have to have the ones them who forward with a more calm spirit and calm energy. You know what I mean? That make for the balance, that make for a great cultural experience. You know what I'm saying? The youth them can forward up and have options. What has happened is an imbalance because the people who are keeping the shows, the people who are booking the big events, the people who are booking artists and, you know, managing artists, they want these artists to be as advertiser friendly, as investor friendly as possible. So they don't want these artists to freely express themselves, or they don't want these artists to say certain things that will affect their ability to tour and, you know, go on shows. And that is a problem because the music never really was like that. At one time, dancehall wasn't on the radio, reggae wasn't on the radio. You have to sing like Tom Jones or I don't know. Remember, don't get me, you know, twisted with the names because I don't remember some of them white man there from back in the day, Frank Sinatra and them type of man there. You'd have to sing like that, forget on Jamaican radio. But the grassroots persevered, you know, the roots people and persevered. Reggae was eventually played on radio. Even the radio host them had to speak a certain way, and that evolved into, you know, ones just being able to express themselves how we grow musically, and, you know, as broadcasters and them thing, then not everybody speak the same way, you know, and you get to express yourself more freely because of the grassroots ghetto youths them pushing them culture, pushing the genre and pushing their art forward. That became mainstream. That became widely accepted. And so we cannot suppress any aspect of this culture, of this genre, if we're to evolve and grow. Seeing? So, them like a few that want me see are going now with artists and, you know, man I talk about hold down and, you know, man I get cussed out through them now burn out certain aspects of the culture. You have to realize that your job that far, right? Go and burn the fire. If you see certain artists need to get in line, what you mean? Burn them, yes. But you also have to remember, say, them a play them role as well, you know? And for them role, for even accept the fire. A your role for go and burn it though, for them role for go and do what them a do because and so the thing go. Everybody have a role for play. Some man, them not gonna see it your way. Them not gonna see say there's an imbalance. Them not gonna see when there's a need for certain energy. Especially if money is at stake and opportunity is at stake. You know what I mean? The first thing a man I gotta think about say him have to feed him family, him have bills and them thing there. So him not gonna lash out on them thing there, you know what I mean? So I have to keep that in mind as well. But I feel like all of it is necessary. And I feel like right now, shake up for go on, of course. A time for burn some fire. It's been a long time. You know what I mean? Rasta has been commodified in such a way where, you know, the youth them coming up don't even know what Rasta is like. They never understand. See, in some trad where we trad as younger youth are forward in the thing and I learn about Rastafari. Them youth are not go through them experience there. A lot of the youth them feel like I do some weed smoking, right? Grow some locks, you know. The say Rastafari, you understand? Wear some pendant and some jewelry and some little things. So I say, you know, Ethiopia upon it and them thing there. And yeah, Rasta. Or if you want to go vegan and them thing there, yeah, Rasta. No, sir. The thing deeper than that, you have someone who don't even know about His Majesty, don't know about the history of Ethiopia, don't even know the history of Rastafari within Jamaica and the roots and where it's forward from. See? And you can't blame them because it's not being taught anymore. It's not being pushed through the music. It's not being represented in, you know, on a large scale anywhere else. And of course, it's not just up to the artists to do the teaching, but as artists, as Rasta artists, you have to remember, say, you take up a duty, you take up a responsibility to educate through music, to entertain, but also to teach through the music. Seeing the Jamaican movement of Rastafari has a duty as well to push forward, hold all the top Rastas accountable. It's not just Rasta artists is responsible for the decline in the power that Rasta has and the influence that Rasta has on the culture. It's also up to the heads of the Rastafarian movements and, you know, groups within Jamaica and outside Jamaica as well. So everything can't just be on the artist's shoulders. But the artists have to realize that their duty is still there, and it's a great duty, because this culture that you draw from, this culture that you pull inspiration from, you know, we turn you in a Rasta and make you wear locks and eat ital food and etc. It's the same culture that turn you into a multi-millionaire. So you can't just take from the culture, so see, and you become this multi-millionaire and you don't think you have a duty and a responsibility to honor and respect the traditions and the foundation, the principles and values that were set by these people, by these ones who came before you, who forward before, trailblaze the path. Disrespect them if you feel like, say, you don't have a duty to carry on and to represent in a certain way, in a certain light. And so, you know, I just wish the ones them could get that in them head and know that, and, you know, fix up. Yeah, man, fix up, shake up, You know, don't take it too personal when the people them a burn fire upon you know, and I call on the name and them thing there, right? Because ones and ones have to be identified, and if your name a call as somebody who is seen as a great influence in the culture, in the Rasta culture, as an artist, that's a good thing. That means you have a big voice, and you have a big responsibility. You're looked up to. So, you know, take accountability. Take accountability. If you feel like what certain, you know, ones I say is true, you know, speak on it. You know, I notice enough ones don't even want to speak on it, but yo, speak on it. Speak on it. Because here what? If Rasta only going to take the stance that, boy, me and my family for feeding us, so I can't rate it, I can't say certain things, cause I get show, I'm not gonna get this, I'm not gonna get that. How is that different from a regular man in the society? How are you differentiating yourself from a ballad? How are you differentiating yourself from a dancehall artist? If all that matters is the money, how are you different as an artist? Is this just for entertainment? Is what we're doing strictly for entertainment purposes? That's it? Rasta just there so for entertain, just like everybody else? If that's the case, then there's no need to be a Rasta. Might as well just be a ballad. Cause as long as you're entertaining, that's all that matters, right? That's the logic. If we are going to follow the logic there. That's what the dancehall man them a do. Them sing anything we come out of their mind. Them say anything. And enough of them willing to do. Damn near anything. Enough of them, not all of them. See it? And funny enough, is enough dancehall selector and personality me here I hold up certain principles and values. So big up to them for that. Because enough time the Rasta them silent, enough of the big voice them in a Rasta silent. You know? Enough, you know, all the Rasta come say them peace and them get beaten feet. Them get chastised, them get targeted for it. And that make enough of the ones them scared. Instead of more we come out and forward and say Ray and lick out and bash out. Seeing why for that, but you know. Instead of more of us protest through the music too and in interviews and just say our mind on social media. You know, a lot of us have cowered. A lot of the man them shy out and go in exile and not say certain thing. You understand? And that never help. Seeing? That never help because you had the biggest voice. No fauna had the biggest voices. And yeah, when the people them did need certain things to be said, it wasn't said. So you're going to have some younger ones come up now and them a burn them fire, but remember, say them not have the kind of guidance and leadership and training when enough we did have. So when them a burn them fire very similar to a ballad, a bag of bad word and a bag of this and that, and you can't blame them. Them still a burn the fire though. Them still a push certain principles and values. Them still a highlight certain things lacking within the culture, and it might be in poor taste, quote unquote, right? It might not be the most respectful way that they're saying it, but them still assess something when something needs to be said. And you know, you have to look upon that as well. You have to give them credit for that. So, yo, that's just my rant. You know what I mean? There's so much more that could be said, especially about the commodification of Rasta culture and Rasta music. and we need to talk about it. That needs to be an ongoing topic until Rasta get more in control of the Rasta product and the reggae product. Until Rasta get more power over Rasta's own creations. Seeing? Because how are we an anti-establishment, an anti-racist, an anti, capitalist, certain extent, organization, movement, and we as the ones them who are speak on behalf of people who don't have the platforms and don't have the ability, we are cowering. We are the one them where hold our mouth. We are the ones them where I go say, boy, my family for feed, so I can't say certain thing, cause I'm not gonna get no show, I'm not gonna be able to make no money. We of our people, we can't do that. But that's what happens when you relinquish your power to external forces, to foreign forces, because them have the money. Seeing? Sooner or later, is only a certain type of music going to be allowed, full stop. You're just going to have remnants of what we know as Rasta culture remaining within Rasta music, within reggae music. If the ones them don't hold firm, the thing are going to get more and more dilute. Seeing? And water down. And the youth them were forward up, not going to have nothing to look forward to. Them not going to have nothing to look on as leadership. Because no leadership not going to do. It's going to be a free-for-all. And we're free-falling into that stage. See? So, once them need to think about that as well. Anyway, give me your thoughts and your comments and your opinions on that. Stay positive. Stay hopeful.